Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Thursday, February 18, 2010. Hope you all are having a great day today. And I'm just going to jump right into today's update because we always got a lot of stuff to cover. First things first, this is your first time watching the video, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. If you click on that link, it'll give you the rules to the system. I urge you to read those very carefully, learn it, read it again, and digest it and get as good as you can a comprehension of the system before you watch these videos. Otherwise, these videos will be very confusing to you. But if you read it and kind of get a good idea, then you're going to get a lot of value out of these videos, because I don't really go into the explanation of the system on these videos, just more of how to apply it. And hopefully that will help you to start thinking the way that I think when it comes to trading the system. Again, I will answer questions though if you have them as best as I can, but it'll save you a lot of time if you read those first. For you regulars out there, just want to welcome you back. Hope these videos are helping you, and because that's what it's really here for, to help you with your trading. So if it's not, then it's not doing its job. So hopefully it is doing its job. Anyways, we got some comments here. First one's from Gabby. Just wants to know about the time difference. There is no way for me or for you to set the blog to match your time. The best way to do it is to, again, just make sure that whatever time zone you're in, yours is GMT plus 10. So make sure that when my trading time zone is from midnight to noon, that's Eastern time, which is GMT minus 5. Then you want to match that to yours. So example, just match up. The best way to do it is to take a news candle like 4:30 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. And see what time that is on your GMT or what candle that is on your chart, and then just match it up from there. And that's really just the easiest way I can think of for you to do that. Unfortunately, there is no feature as of yet to set the blog to match your own time zone. I think that would be pretty cool, but I don't know how possible that would be. Then again, technology always amazes me. So unfortunately for now, there is no feature like that. But again, good question, and hopefully you can get that straightened out. Next one is from Dark Corner, wants to know, there's some signals that I skip over. It'd actually be cool if you could point out a specific example, but there are signals that I'll skip over. For some examples, if it's right before news, usually I like to have at least an hour of trade time. For example, the signal must be and at least an hour from when the candle closes for me to take a trade. Again, if the market is trending really nice and I'm feeling kind of aggressive, then I might push that to 45 minutes or so. But if the market's range bounding, then definitely want to play conservative. And so that's a reason basically not to enter, is if it's before news. Other times, actually I can't really think of other times unless it's outside of my trading time frame that I wouldn't take a valid signal. So those are really it. It has to be in my time frame, which is again midnight to noon Eastern time, which is GMT minus 5. And if it's before news. So those are really the only two times I can think of off the top of my head. So we'll have to see about that. But again, if you can point a specific example or something like that, then I'll be happy to address it. But great questions, great comments. Again, I'll try my best to do what I can to answer them or fulfill your answers. But here I got my 4-hour chart. We're going to look at our trend for the day. We had a new trend change candle yesterday. And this occurred in the afternoon, and it changed the trend from up to down. And this is what my chart looks like before midnight. You can see the trend is down, no new trend change candles. So at this point, we're only looking for short trades. And if I move my chart forward through today's action, you can see that there were no new trend change candles during our trading time. Therefore, the trend is still down and remained down the entire time, and we are only looking for short trades. So again, pretty straightforward when trend change candles don't happen in the middle of our trading session. And it's just basically you can kind of stay on a one-track mind there. In this case, we're only looking for short trades. So now I'm on my 15-minute chart, and I moved it back to before midnight so you can see what it looks like. We got to take a look at our news events. So just go to babypips.com, click on this Tools tab, and it's going to pull up the news events for the day. Again, set your time zone to the correct time zone, minus GMT, minus 5. And we're looking for news that affects the sterling or the dollar. and common times are at 4:30. You can see here 4:30 we had some UK reports. 6 we had the CBI industrial trends for the UK. 8:30 is a big time area for the US, and as you can see we had PPI during that time. And then at 10 we had Philadelphia Fed Index and leading indicators. So those were times to watch out for. Again, just watching out for the sterling and dollar news. So to recap, 4:30, 8:30, 10, those are the news events you wanted to watch out for. And you just want to jot that down on a notepad or set an alert, some kind of alarm, because our rules for the system is that we're not going to be in the market when news comes out. So I just want to be aware of that. Okay, so right off the bat, this is the 11:45 candle. You can see it's a crossover, and it actually does make a valid signal because all the indicators line up. However, this is before midnight, so even though it closes at midnight, I'm not going to take this trade. I want to see my signal at least start on the midnight candle. If it's before 11, or excuse me, if it's before 12, like in this case, then I will not take it. So that's can be an answer to that question of the second commenter, which this is a time when I wouldn't take it because it's not during our trading time range. So I'm just going to skip that one. And remember, I'm just looking for short trades, so the first thing I want to see is a crossover to the short side. And here I get one at 2 a.m. RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down, MACD is positive and losing value. This is a valid entry. It's at 2, so it closes at 2:15. Our news isn't until 4:30, gives us about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours of trading time there, so that's okay. So you want to enter at the close of this candle, as close to it as possible. It closes at 56.47, stops at the most recent swing high at 56.81, and the target will be at the near 0 or 50 level. In this case, it's at 5600. So that gives us about 47 pips of potential profit. Good amount of pips there, so we'll just let it ride. And you can see the market gets pretty close to hitting it there, 315, but it doesn't quite hit it. Okay, 4 o'clock here. Now I know I'm getting close to news. My target's still not hit. I'm going to exit no matter what before that 4:30 news candle. So it's 4, and here's the 4:15 candle. Obviously my target isn't hit, so I'm just going to exit at the close of this candle, and that's at 56.21. Again, if you know your target's not going to be hit and you know you're going to exit at 4:30, just exit. You know, if you're in profit, exit and try to grab as many pips as you can because you know you're going to exit. In this case, I just exited at the close, which is at 56.21. But if you got out, like this candle got as low as 56.09. If you were able to exit there, that's great. You locked in more pips. So be aware of that. Again, use your brain here. You know you're going to exit at the next candle anyways. Why not grab as many pips as you can? So just close your trade out there and chalk it up as a slight win. And you can see there's our news candle, and it would have been a winner for us, but again, oftentimes, more often than not, it won't work out that way. This just happened to work out in the favor. So you do want to exit when news events come out. In that case, it just happened to work out for the favor of the trade, but more often than not, it won't happen like that. All right, so 8:15, here's 8:30, not much going on. Again, still looking for short trades only. There's 10 o'clock candle, nothing going on. Okay, still watching. Okay, here we get a crossover the short side. RSI is below 50, stochastics trending down. MACD again is positive and losing value. This is a valid entry. It's at 11:30, which means it closes 11:45. So very late in the day, but you could still take it, and I took it. But you're probably going to be in the trade after noon, after past noon. So you're just going to use your discretion at that point when to exit. Because market volume really dies down. So I'm going to enter at the close, which is 55.98. Stops at the most recent swing high, which is at, right here at 56.72. And then your target's going to be at the near 0 or 50 level. In this case, it's at 55.50. So it gives you about 48 pips of potential profit, so that's pretty good. So we'll just continue to move this on. Okay, so there's the 12 o'clock candle. My target's not hit, and it gets pretty low, so I'm feeling pretty good here. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit, even though it doesn't quite hit my target. And again, because I know I'm exiting, I'm just going to try to capture as many pips as I can. And this one gets to as low as 55.57, so I just exited at 55.60, grabbing as many pips as I could, and just mark that as another win. So again, sometimes your exits aren't always going to be hard set, set in stone. Just use your discretion there. And here is the market now, and who knows, it could hit the target, could not. But again, use your discretion past noon. So that's pretty much it for today's update. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you all in the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.